Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary. Today we are playing some Fiddlesticks mid into a Shen, of all things. Definitely not going to be that easy of a matchup. Even though it's a melee pick, I think it could be a bit of a challenge. Fiddlesticks mid is a very uncommon pick, and usually people don't play him very frequently, but of course, I've made a lot of videos on him in the past. His win rate's very good, like every single patch. Even though he is not popular, it's most likely because his laning phase isn't that bad. Firstly, he is a ranged character, and his type of damage he can deal with his E is pretty good because his E is pretty easy to land, and it always lands Comet if you land it because it's a silencing effect and also a slowing effect. The silence is only in the middle of it, but because it is kind of ridiculous to land it, easily, it's ridiculously easy, then, because of that, it makes it where you can, poke people out of lane, even, ranged, control mages. Your Drain is your main damage source with your basic abilities. It doesn't really deal that much damage unless you can keep them inside of the full Drain because there's a distance on it, and at the very end of the Drain it does percent missing. So the idea is to have them hopefully inside of it the entire time, but you can also be interrupted by CC, which is of course a pretty big issue. But if you ever fear him like how I did there, then you can also okay. Damn, my full Drain literally almost went off, and now this guy's going melee range. Damn, why did he go melee range? I feel like it would have been completely fine if he just didn't walk in, but that's okay. I mean, we do have TP, so we can just get back. I mean, it was somewhat of a... I wish that we could have at least gotten one of them, because my Drain did fully go off, which honestly does a lot, and they were kind of low, but in the end, I mean, I couldn't survive unless I probably flashed away. I didn't really want to flash away, though, because I figured that maybe... Did I just mess up all these minions? Dang, my W does that... Or my E does that much damage? I didn't mess up this last one, though, so I can still get that. So anyways, we have these effigies, which are our wards. They can be seen, and they just act as us. If we don't move, we can actually also get our passive to work, because our passive on our Q is that you point and click, it just fears people, but if you ever are in this effigy state where you're not moving, all of your abilities now fear. And you can't chain fear. It does percent current HP, so... Oh, wow. I mean, this isn't going to be the best trade for me, I know, but at least I got off a full Drain because he used it pretty early on. Now, sustaining yourself in lane is terrible because minions take reduced damage from your Drain, so you actually don't heal for that much, but what you can do is that Raptors just spawned, and I might be able to actually abuse that. Wow, you are going to go in on me again. Really? What? But how did my Drain not go off completely there? That's crazy. Also, they used Flash on me. On both of them, actually. I feel like I probably should have been able to get a kill there. I feel like I kind of got scammed, but oh well. Clearly, I don't know the range of it. What's cool about Fiddlesticks is that, you know, we're 0-2. This is, pretty bad, usually, in most cases. I mean, this is not good for us to be behind, right? But Fiddlesticks kind of has a game-changing ultimate. Your ultimate damage is so absurdly strong, and the reason why Fiddlesticks mid can even, usually have a good win rate is because you can usually be behind, and you can turn around an entire game with one good ultimate. Because your ultimate... As you can see right now, it does about 1,000 damage with, no items. And it has a good AP ratio, too, 250%. Lux Ultimate's 120, so it's over double the amount. It does last 5 seconds, so that does mean that you technically have to, Oh, we'll just Drain because there's no reason not to, because I have to, at least get him to use his taunt. Because if he doesn't use his taunt, then I never can play. So we'll just fear him, do a Drain. This is mostly for the wave, not really to try to harass him. And then we will just be patient, because I had a feeling he would do that. And now he's just dead, because he made a mistake. Because this guy is just playing too aggressive all the time, and I feel like most of my deaths so far were not because I necessarily am, getting outplayed by this guy, but this Lee Sin keeps bailing him out. So I saw that I was about to reach level 6. I saw that there was one minion behind him, and when he was trying to fight me, I stepped up to pretend that I was going to fight, but then backstepped the moment that he tried to jump for me, but he has no flash anymore, so it's not like he can flash taunt. And I felt pretty safe about it, and because of all those factors, I was able to secure a kill for myself pretty easily, and we got his Ignite as well. So yeah, with your Q as well, when you fear somebody you can't chain fear, what happens is that your Q does the current damage, and it will double it, and the amount of damage it does is actually really absurdly high later on. Right now it's not the best, but it gets way better later. You can see that trades can go super bad if your drain doesn't fully go off. And the reason why drain doesn't fully go off is because you can't fear them long enough, but later on you can fear them long enough to be able to do that. If you either back wave and use your W around level... I think level 3 of your W is usually when it feels pretty good. We can probably get him here. And you can see that how much damage it did, and okay. Damn, dude, this Lee Sin, are these guys like duo queue? These guys love ganking me. I was able to get off almost a full drain, and at the end of the drain, you get that percent missing, and because Shen was low, it would have actually healed for a lot. I might have been able to sustain myself almost to be able to survive. I did try to actually flash pretty early, but as soon as I got hit by the Lee Sin, I was probably just going to die regardless. The good news, though, is that we're CSing fine. And I think that we have a pretty good team comp going for us, so I'm not going to be too concerned over these constant ganks. If you ever want to sustain, you can go to Raptors to sustain yourself, which is actually where I was going until the Lee Sin gank happened. But you deal bonus damage to monsters, and you get bonus healing, and you can do them over the wall. And by do them, I don't mean you actually finish them, because you don't want to take your jungler's camps. But you can heal yourself by just standing like right here or here, and when you activate your drain, it will cause them to come over to you. So that's what you can be doing. So this guy does want to, of course, probably save his taunt to like stop my ability, but sometimes he uses taunt without that, and then I just fear and W. So it's up to me how I really want to play this, because I can't really like poke him. Like, I'm trying to poke him a little bit just to be annoying, but it's not really going to, like, add up that much damage, really. Dude, I feel like Lee Sin's mid again because I saw him last topside. So he could be doing grubs, but then after grubs, he would maybe come mid, potentially. We have another point on our Q, so our fear duration is now longer, which is sick. We'll just back away and not actually try to fight this guy, because you can see that he's stepping up kind of aggressively, and I'm down to like give up some of these minions, because, again, I just feel like Lee Sin probably would be here. Nice. Did not die. That's good, of course. That's a 1-for-1 trade. Oh! They use Shen Ultimate just to defend him, too? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, you guys are kind of using, like, a lot of, I feel like, important CDs, and, like, how ganking works is that you want to set somebody behind to, like, not be impactful, right? And they're spending a lot of resources getting me. I feel like there's no possible way that only going for me all game is gonna, in the long run, set me so far behind that I'm not still gonna have so much pressure by just pressing R. Because as soon as I finish Malignance and Liandry's, and I just press R in a teamfight, I can instantly deal thousands of damage. Doesn't matter, because I'm also not really feeling as though, my EXP is doing okay. It seems that I can also lane against Shen somewhat okay as well. So far, I'm just gonna auto-attack this once real fast, and then we'll just rotate over to this. Oh, dang, the Lee Sin has a clip, so he's just gonna go into his, like, I'm perma-invading, situation, isn't he? I'll try to get him here. He's not the easiest to get to. Ah, it's so annoying chasing Lee Sin, man. But I think we'll finally die here. So we finally get a return kill. I have Malignance in base. This guy is going for, like, magic resist, where I won't be able to deal that much damage to him, but it's still pretty good, I would say. I'm just going to use my Drain immediately just to make it so when his taunt expires here, I can maybe still try to fight a little bit, like right now. Because there's no way his taunt would be back up fast enough, and you see how much I'm healing for now because my ability's finally maxed. So he can not even lane versus me with magic resist very easily, as you can see. Like, I'm just mashing my W, and it's working very well. I don't really mind if Karma gets the kill. All that matters is that guy is dead. So I'm completely fine with that. For some reason, he taunted us. I thought that maybe Lee Sin would show up, but he didn't. And the reason why I'm even, like, going aggressive finally and trying to pressure is because I also had Karma in the area. So I felt very safe, because if I was to get ganked, at least I have somebody to immediately help me. Now, past level 6, what your effigies do is that they also sweep. So, if you ever need to clear out vision, you can just use your effigies to basically sweep an area. And you usually want to look for areas over a wall, because when you use your ultimate, if, of course, it lands on people and they didn't see you, it can fear all of them. It actually shows this, like, aura around people. Like, for instance, when I killed Lee Sin underneath the turret over here, when I'm channeling my ultimate, there will be a shadowy aura around them, and that is an indicator to let you know that they're going to be feared. If it doesn't show an aura, that means that they see you. So you actually can kind of tell when that's going to be working that way. And obviously, with Shen, he is, like, a supportive character mostly, and if he doesn't help out his team soon, my champion is going to be so much better. Like, right here, he is helping his team. I don't have my ultimate, so that's why I'm just, like, continuing to do this, because Fiddlesticks without his R is pretty worthless. I could maybe get behind them and try to drain, but think about how difficult it is to keep people locked down to drain. Like, it's challenging, right? Because they'll just run away. So I figured that it's probably better for me to just sit mid. It sucks if my teammates die, but it looks like it kind of worked out in the end, and we'll just take the turret, and I now am extremely rich. Not only am I rich, but I have my boots done as well, like the tier 3 mid quest. And level 2 ultimate is a massive spike for us as well, because level 2 ultimate, it already does 1200 damage, right? That's an absurd amount. And the base damage still gets very high later on, too. The base damage of it at level 2 goes from 150 to 250 per second, so that's a pretty significant increase. That's almost double damage, right? Almost. So it's gonna hit for, like, 1600-ish, I think. Now, I might get ganked by Zillion. I don't know if I one-shot the back wave with just my Drain right now, but I'm going to try to. And then we have level 2 ultimate, so it does 1700. I don't think that I can kill this guy because he's just too difficult to kill. I can damage him, though. You see that 250 damage? That was because just with, like, about one item, right? My Q, which currently does 11% current. What's unique about Fiddlesticks Q is that it does current HP, and it will, has no base value. Like, it's weird. It has a base value of 5%, I guess, but what I'm saying is that a lot of numbers that deal percent damages don't just deal percent damages, but rather it's like an after effect where Gwen has a passive where her auto attacks and abilities deal percent damage, but also she has the abilities themselves that deal base. This is just straight up, it's not 50+%, it's just percentage, just straight up. But it gets so strong. Later on, like, if I can fear him and then use it again, what's crazy is that it can deal 22% current. That's a lot. And then, like, super later on, it can deal more like 40% current. So then when you hit, like, a tanky person, like a Scion, right? If I fear him and Q him, it will hit for, like, over 1,000, because he will have a lot of HP, and I will just instantly, like, burn it. I can't move. I'm just stuck. But I'm actually alive, though, which is pretty cool. I didn't die after all of that. I tried using my ultimate after I, like, CC'd them, but what happened is that the Zillion double bombed me and stunned me before my ultimate went off, which was tragic. But in the end, man, look how much of a lead we have on this Shen. This guy's so far behind. This is so amazing that, after all of that time, spending so much time trying to get me, I'm still very impactful, and also it's not even that easy to kill me because my drain effect is very good. If you use it on minions, it has that reduced effect, but what's so nice is that if you use it against, like, enemy champions, and you have a few of them, you're gonna start dealing a lot and healing for a lot, right? And there was so many of them near me, so I was able to get a lot of bonus damage off and stuff, so that was sick. Wow, he still has his ultimate? That's crazy. I just fear that guy and we just run away and we should be okay here. There's no freaking way that they win this. My teammates are pretty strong. I'm pretty confident that we just win. I'll just fear this guy and just deal a little bit of damage. I'll also silence him so he can't flash away immediately or use his taunt. Teammates are still popping off pretty good. Although the Ezreal is getting kind of low, I'm surprised that he wants to continue going forward. It feels kind of risky to keep going, does it not? We couldn't kill the Zillion because sadly when I used my ultimate, he just ultied himself and I couldn't like chain CC perfectly. But that's okay because we are in a mighty fine spot to still just press R and dish out a lot. We have most of the dragons. My teammates are also doing good across the board. Like every single person. So this is fine. So, we just dished out so much damage that there was, like, no possible way for Lee Sin and Sion to tank it, because when my R is already dealing, like, 2,000, and then I'm also able to drain them at the same time, and it does 22% missing, right? Being HP tanky isn't good against Fiddlesticks, because if I can fully do the drain, it's gonna, like, instantly kill even Sion, like, immediately. Because I already got him down to half with the R. Like, the synergy with all of Fiddlestick's abilities is that you press R, everybody gets feared, you press Q onto somebody that's high HP, you instantly deal a massive chunk, and then they're ticking for a lot, and then your drain just finishes, and then you just win. You can solo kill people over and over again once you get to this stage. Usually, if you get, like, strong enough like this. In some cases, it might be a little bit challenging, but I have no idea if any of this is warded over here. Oh, wow, that effigy didn't see that angle. So look how they're all just dying. Like, boom, just like that, dude. I didn't even fear them there. They saw me, apparently, because when I went over, it didn't fear any of them. But it didn't matter, because as long as I just run on them, this will just dish out so much. Not to mention, now, I have another burn effect. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of going Liandry's, not gonna lie, because even though it's a really fun item, it's kind of goofy to sometimes go, like, Malignance into Zanya's Death Cap and just have a super good AP ratio. But in our case, there's a lot of tanky characters on the opposing team, so of course Liandry's does make a lot of sense, and it is very efficient for Fiddlesticks. And you can see that the ultimate, too, is a pretty low cooldown, which is nice. You can kind of spam it somewhat. Like, as soon as it comes up, you can just use it immediately. Dude, I wish that there was a way to, like, continue fighting them there. Lee Sin just threw his ability over the wall. This is all warded because of a ward over there, so we actually can't do anything here. But we can heal back up from blue buff a little bit, and then we will just, like, stay far away and see if there's any more ultimates I can get. I don't think it's really too difficult to probably crush them at this point. The next item would probably be something Magic Pen related, just to make it so all of their tanky characters just can't kill us very easily. I'm also down to just, like, immediately TP down because the fight's breaking out and I do want to immediately skirmish. We're gonna try to go from an angle where they can't see us, though. Oh, okay. That sucked. Somebody canceled my R. I mean, it's not that bad, because as you can see, I can still just continue walking forward and still dish out so much that it feels like they can't get me, but that could have been a pretty cool ultimate to have until the cage came down. I don't know if the cage was just because my teammate was trying to bait so hard that ruined the fight or whatever, but it doesn't matter, because we're still winning hard. Very nice. I'll never kill this guy here. I don't know why I did that. Oh, cool. Well, he still died. And we're good to go. So anyways, that was game one of it. I feel like it was short and also, like, didn't do a good showcase of what you're capable of without your teammates. Well, actually, I guess it kind of still did that, especially because we were getting camped hard, and you could see how difficult it became to kill me despite all of the ganks that they were doing. So anyways, thanks for watching, though. Stay tuned for Game 2 if you want to see Game 2 of the Fiddlesticks, and that was a pretty good one. I imagine that my damage dealt should also be pretty good. I know that Shen most likely does play Shen because his name is Twilight, and his Twilight is part of, like, his title. Shen is, like, the Twilight Ninja, I think, or something. He's the Twilight something. So he probably only plays Shen. So I am versus a Shen one trick. Not sure if he plays Shen mid lane. Probably was auto-filled. But, yeah. Also probably was not duo Q, but rather they just ganked Fiddlesticks on repeat because Fiddlesticks is probably pretty easy to gank. But you can see damage dealt was very, very high. Stay tuned for game 2 if you want to see it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Have a great day. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome to game number 2 of the Fiddlesticks. We are now versus an Orianna. And I swear I recognize this guy's name, that he has in the past been challenger, so should be a pretty difficult matchup in my opinion. During the early game, of course, we have our E, so we can, like, hit him a couple times when he tries to hit us back, because we're trying to trade equally, if anything. If we don't trade equally, we'll eventually get completely crapped on later on. So the early game is all about just doing very small trades, because my cooldown is usually going to be longer than his too with my E. But that doesn't mean that I can't just do it every single time he looks for me, which is pretty convenient. So you can see that I can even, like, out-trade him, even though I would say that Orianna should win this matchup, but that's only because of its being level 1. As soon as he gets, like, level 4 or 5, it's going to start getting really impossible to play, because the cooldowns of his abilities are way better than my one ability that I don't even max first. So, until then, we can maybe do, like, a small trade with our Drain. Like, right there, I did get off, honestly, like, most of the Drain onto him, which was pretty nice. But we're kind of at a definitely not the best matchup possible. That being said, though, we can gladly just give up a bunch of farm and just do stuff later on, too. I'm just going to Drain here just to deal some damage. She stayed in... Dude, she stayed inside of my Drain. That E should have definitely hit her, but I made a mistake on that. But you could see that she's honestly starting to get, like, super low. This is, like, so bad for her. Anyways, my wave is, like, pretty mediocre. And I don't really want to base when I have an advantage like this, obviously, because it'd be pretty sick to be able to, like, almost, like, flash W to kill. Looks like she's gonna base, so I'll just base with her, and maybe we can even just walk back, because this wave will slow push back towards us. By the time that she TP's back, I could probably just be running, and then she'll shove in the wave, and I'll just not miss as much. And then because we got to save TP, that will make my laning phase way better. Or, like, not better, but we have now the TP just in case. If I die, I can, like, TP back immediately and try to grab the wave and stuff, so we're in a much better spot, I would say. The phase rush is a bit of an annoyance. Also, she, as you can see, is like starting to do massive trades onto us, and it's very difficult for me to play, but that's okay, because we have that refillable to heal up a little bit. I think I'm going to mess up the cannon if I just continue the drain going there, so I'm just going to cancel it. I'm trying to, like, get her away from this wave if possible. Oh, man. This guy's really going to be here, too. Oh, you're not snowballing in? You're not able to assist either. My bad. I mean, you were too low. That was probably my fault. I was hoping that maybe we could get him chunked with me for some reason, and then because my drain, like, heals me, I could, like, sustain myself, but in reality, it probably was, like, not very smart to try that, which is my own fault. But we did save TP for a reason, didn't we? Nunu hasn't been able to base yet, too. Oh, wow. Also, I guess the Graves didn't base either. I'll just put a ward onto my teammates' Raptors, just so we know what's going on over there. And then we'll just start draining the wave. You know, I think that I can honestly fight this guy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm fine. And he's like literally 1 HP. Although I really wish that I could have done probably a little bit more, but oh well. Like, I really wish that we could have gotten like a kill or something. Okay, well, that Orianna just ran straight into us. She did try to one-shot us by using her ultimate on herself, but it didn't even hit me. Not that it would have really mattered. I probably would have survived regardless. But that's kind of how I was expecting to fight Graves earlier. Because you see, how if I just drain him, it's like so... Gosh, what is going on? Why is everybody so disrespectful for the fiddlesticks? You cannot be disrespecting me like that. I mean, I know over here it might have looked like I did something super dumb and I can't fight, but I had a reason for it, and clearly I just probably should have, like, looked at my teammate's HP, because I do think that maybe if my teammate was, like, not so low, he could actually contribute, but obviously with him being so low, there wasn't really much that he could do to help. But when I'm, like, pretty healthy and I'm facing people who are just very slightly chunked, with the percent missing of our W, of course we can always, like, duel people, like, pretty decently, I would say. So they are just disrespecting the fiddlesticks. I probably can't get the guy. We could just do a little short drain here just to heal ourselves a little bit, because we know that we can do that with the Raptors. You know, this matchup, actually, it either is much more easy than I was expecting, or I'm just playing well. I'm not really sure, but it feels like you can actually kind of step up into Orianna every single time and just, like, do a slow interfere into your W, and it kind of actually works, surprisingly. The amount of damage that I deal is actually crazy. It's way more than I was expecting. Whoa. I just want to auto-attack the turret to get the plate, even though she used her ultimate just to push out the wave because she's uncomfortable. Doesn't mean that we can't just hit the turret with that one minion that she didn't kill. Probably on accident, but we will abuse that. And then we'll just go back to just shoving out this wave. Is Graves up here doing these? No. This was checking it. Wow, they traded 1 for 1 even though it was a gank. Dang, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? I don't know if I can actually all-in this guy and just kill, so I'm just gonna, like, go up to the wave and just start, killing it again like this, rather than, try to chase her or anything. We see that Graves is, like, bot side. He's only level 7. Also, Orianna's ability should start getting on a much, much lower CD. I don't have the best sustain in lane either, which is annoying, but... Dude, actually 151 damage for doing, like, a short trade like that is kind of crazy. That's what I'm curious, like, why it's going so well. I never really played Fiddlesticks pretty aggressive, where you just do E-slow into Q into, like, doing drain, but you don't get to finish the drain at all. Honestly, this probably can't work that well, but my drain healing is kind of absurd, though, still. But it's still not even going to be close to being enough. Probably should have just backed away. It's my own fault for going aggressive when, honestly, there was just no way to probably fight that. Oh, wait, I get an assist? And I get a kill. Okay, but that was so lucky. That's, like, not my intention, but I'm glad that, in the end, it, like, somewhat worked out. As soon as I warded this and I made it so we can't see anything, I guess that we just don't even, like, attempt to ulti whatsoever. It just felt like my time is going to be so wasted if I don't try. Which, made it feel like I should just try regardless, even if it doesn't end up well. But that's probably not very good to do. She is also going Merc Treads. Whoa, I don't know if I can survive this. Oh my gosh, I can. I even got Ash Arrowed too, so no Ash Arrow anymore is pretty big. I'm going to go just do these wolves for a second to sustain myself. Because just one single drain onto even wolves is usually enough to get me back to being somewhat healthy. Of course, Orianna will continue doing her annoying, like, Qs over and over again, but our CS per minute is looking pretty good, so I'm still just chilling. I'm just drain this again and just wait. There is a literal 1 HP Orianna. That person's dead. Silence them. Start draining them. That person dies too. Blitzcrank also is, like, locking them down for me, which makes it very easy to also assist, which is great. Oh, I really want to get an assist over the wall, but I can't. But not bad. So, Orianna tried to rotate to help with the dragon. I landed a really good Fiddlesticks ultimate onto her, which just almost killed her, but we just don't have Sork Boots, and probably having Merc Treads is also a pretty substantial deal for, like, staying pretty healthy. And because of that, I wasn't able to get her, but it doesn't really matter, because what we did is at least we pushed her away so far that me and bot lane, who are doing pretty good, contest. Because if I didn't ulti Orianna there, I feel like the setup would have been worse. Also, I could die here if I step up, so I'm just gonna stay far away and just get the cannon and just, like, back. Because I don't think that we can fight this. I mean, we have our Nunu and our... Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't really like this fight, dude. I don't think that this fight's very good. If I go forwards and kill the Orianna, and then Grave shows up, so I die and we just give them a shutdown, I don't really understand why we would want to do that. Like, sure, I can kill Ori, but why? Why do we have to commit so hard to kill Orianna rather than just salvage the lane at least? I feel like that's way better than whatever we would have attempted otherwise. Personally, I don't know. Because there's no way that after Blitzcrank is engaging and going hard on Orianna that Graves probably isn't immediately aware and rotating, so that means it's probably going to take like 10 seconds to get there. And it already took like 10 seconds for Nunu to also start chunking the Ori. Also, she's so close to her turret, and I thought that she still had flash too, so... we probably can't get her or anything, but it would be sick if we could. Because I am level 11, and obviously level 11 spike is pretty substantial. I'm dead. That's kind of what I mean with, like, if I go for Orianna and Graves is in the area, I kind of die immediately, so we'll just lose mid lane turret here, sadly. But we already have gotten to, like, such a high strength level early on that I'm kind of chilling for the rest of the game, because all we need to do is just land some good ultimates, and of course that just will instantly win us the fights. It's not really too challenging to do a lot once you get fed on Fiddlesticks, of course. I'm gonna try going Rylai's this game, see what it feels like. I know Rylai's in the past on Fiddlesticks has felt pretty good when I've made videos on him, so I'm down to try it again. And see what it's like. Orianna's probably gonna kill my teammate, I'm guessing. Unless I could somehow save him? No, I can't. There's no way. That's warded there. We're just gonna drain this just to get back a little bit of sustain for ourselves, and we'll just chill for a bit. I mean, we are doing an objective right now. I do know that I also probably have to get bot lane and be the person to go down there. I guess there's nothing for me to honestly buy either, but I'll just be like super full HP, I suppose. If Graves comes over to fight us, that'd be super, super bad, and I'm still gonna get chunked underneath the turret, which also gives her, like, opportunity to probably hit me under turret without feeling too pressured, potentially. We don't have good vision control down here at all. So, hopefully none of that stuff happens, really. I do not get that, but that's okay. They might just be, like, sitting in this area, just waiting. Man, I had a feeling. I'll just flash, I guess. I mean, I don't know if I can survive, but... Wow. We still lose that despite that. Dang. Oh, wait. At least Senna was caught. Also, they are kind of chunked, and I did get a little bit of damage onto them, too. So, 1 assist, 2 assists. Nice. Yeah, I had a feeling that they might be brush camping, but I didn't know if I just wanted to blindly ulti the brush, but I thought about it because, I mean, Graves was last bot side, and I was thinking, if they really are going to contest this, the best thing to do would be assume that because they are on a brush that is probably safe because they swept it, they probably would never anticipate a Fiddlesticks to just blindly ulti it, and it could have been so crazy to do that, probably. But I don't know. If they weren't in there, then it would be super embarrassing, I guess. But it was a thought. And because, of course, we didn't really get, like, a good ultimate off because we, of course, got, like, a bit of, we got caught out. That makes it kind of challenging to be useful. But that doesn't mean that the game is even remotely close to being done, so... There's a ward inside that brush. We'll just go bot side here. If I was to fight this guy, I probably need to have good control of the area, but it's difficult to probably do that. Ouch. That kind of hurt. Damn, dude, his rockets actually deal so much. Ouch. I don't think we can get him, can we? There's, like, actually no way. From this angle, at least. The best thing we can do is just continue farming and just waiting. He'll just try to kill me with, like, stun and stuff if I go too far forward, so I'll just run away. So he just used his ultimate to try to kill me. That's what his ultimate is on the ground right there, so... Wow. Okay, you got me? He burned his flash just to kill me. I mean, I guess that it is worth it for him because he is kind of far behind, I guess. After I got hit by a lot of stuff, I figured that the only way that I can sustain myself is by using my drain, but it didn't really matter because he flashed on me. Regardless, though, we are in a mighty good position again because we have a lot of good items for ourselves, so at least we have that going for us. Is Jhin getting chased by Graves? Because why would Orianna be chasing? Okay, so Graves did not chase. I mean, if they really are going for this, I am playing Fiddlesticks. Well, I kind of just want us the Baron, maybe? Nah. The Heimerdinger was doing it, and Nunu did not want to go steal it. Interesting. But whatever, I guess they all die. I really thought that as soon as I kill Graves, everybody's on the same page that Nunu would just take it. I know Nunu has no smite, but he did have his Q. So I figured that that was going to be the play. But regardless, we got off a good ultimate, and we were able to do what I needed to do, which is just get them super low and or kill, and still make it so I feel like, in the driver's seat for most of the game. I feel like that was a desperation Baron that kind of worked out, but only because of the decision-making. I think that they probably should not be able to do what they were able to do if there was better plan in mind. But there's no way to communicate the plan that I was just going to go for Graves, so... Not so quickly to change Nunu's probably decision-making of who he went for. It's only one more dragon for Soul, too, so I'm kind of chilling. As long as we just get the Soul, we should have a pretty easy game ahead of us, I would say. Now, will Heimerdinger already be in this brush? No. I really have to use Zanya's there? I don't even know what it looked like I died to at the very end, because I saw the turret hit me, and then it looked like I died to a burn, but he only has one burn effect, so I feel like it's more like the turret's auto attacks are, like, desynced, and it probably still had, like, an auto attack going towards me, but the animation doesn't necessarily show that, because Heimerdinger turrets are kind of strange to look at. Because I didn't really see something hit me there at the end, when it looked like I had about 100 HP, and there's no way that a tick of a damage over time effect with only Blackfire Torch should ever deal, like, that amount. I'm TPing in, because I still feel like this is the best possible thing for us to be fighting for, so... I don't care if I get solo Ori ultied or whatever, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that I put myself into a position that's just gonna, like, prevent them from being able to do anything to us, because as long as we get the, dragon, there's, like, no way to lose. That's what I really cared about. Okay, he crit me for 600, ouch. I mean, there's no way to... Zanya's when I'd instantly die like that, I guess. I was thinking about maybe using it after he does one auto attack onto me, but he kind of just killed me instantly. Still, though, perfect. I mean, this is what we want. I would say that Fiddlesticks isn't really a character that you will be like, oh no, we're dying all the time. That's okay, as long as you're using your ultimate every single time and, like, being a big contribution to your team, that's fine. Top div. Okay, so, we'll just go Zanya still. I mean, I haven't even used it yet. The Rylai slow has been pretty nice so far for, like, catching up to people. It'd be cool to get, like, a legit, like, 5-man ultimate, but I don't even know if that's gonna be too feasible to, attempt. Because they might continue, like, doing split plays, kind of, and not actually being grouped enough to make a good, like, gank play. I pretended that I was going to go mid because they saw me. Just drain. I don't think that I actually can kill her, though. Dang, that's so sad. I just don't deal enough damage with her Rylai, or not Rylai's, but her Seraphs. I can slow her down, but she has Phase Rush too. I just kind of fear those minions super far away. I'm not gonna step up here. Oh, I missed the cannon. Oh well. That's fine with me. I do think that with enough AP, we probably can kill her. It's not that, like, Orianna will always be able to survive getting ulti by me, because Fiddlestick's ultimate, of course, is very high. I just think that we just don't have, I guess, the best damage build path going for us, right? Because we have the Rylai's for this slow, and that doesn't really increase our damage that much. It's a massive fight going on, but I can't really get there very quickly. I'm trying to get there. This drain should get her. Nice. This did ultimate over the wall immediately once I had a feeling that there was no way that they could see me, and then that should finish off the 2 people that were left, and because we were able to do that, then we can take their inhib and or maybe do Baron immediately, and they give up. So anyways, thanks for watching. That was a pretty good game into Orianna. Never really thought that I'd be able to feel like I kind of one lane versus her. But yeah, turned out pretty okay. Not sure if the Orianna... Oh yeah, nice. Also, our damage was very close to being as good as Jin's too. But the Orianna, I feel like was Challenger in the past, but who knows if I'm thinking about somebody else. But it was like 4 years ago. This name seems very familiar. But anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Arena. Peace out, bye. Also, the Graves added me. Hey. Oh, I have all caps on. GG. You reset my mid's brain. What is it? I reset it? Dude just wasn't doing anything normal at all. You shut him down. Not easy to know the matchup, I guess. Not like many people play Fiddlesticks mid, right? Anyways, alright. I just wanted to see if he was gonna type something that was like crazy or something, but it was kind of generic. Alright, see you guys later, bye. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fiddlesticks in Arena. We are starting off with some silver augments here. I don't know what I want to go. I mean, critically, being able to defend is honestly pretty dang good in a lot of cases, but... I'll take it for now. I just don't know if I can find other augments that are going to make it, like, insane. Vulnerability is a gold augment that gives crit, and that would be pretty dang nice to probably, Wait, why does he have a Field of Burn plus also Guardian's Orb? Is that actually crazy for APGP or something? But anyways, pretty sure that during the early game and stuff, Fiddlesticks without his ultimate isn't really the strongest champion out there, but I bet that if we can find like Jewel Gauntlet or Vulnerability, I can make myself very tanky while also dishing out a pretty significant amount of damage, I think. We're just going to damage them a little bit. Honestly, this is kind of a difficult one to win, I feel like. Just because I don't really know how we're supposed to kill the Ahri, I guess? It's just because this GP went AP. I'm still unsure why he would do that, because Oranges is the only thing that has an AP ratio, I think, so it wouldn't affect, like, his stuff that he has, really. But I guess maybe it's just because he had a feeling that with that, maybe he just couldn't go full AP because he knows that there should be, like, no reason for us to lose because of his Prismatic Augment, I guess, too. That could be a thing, I guess. Oh my gosh, we almost lost that round because if that person gets rezzed, it would have caused Zeri to not die to the ring because they just got inside of it. Wow, these all are not cool. Lame. I guess we'll take the Kled one, I guess. No, actually, the Kled one's pretty bad for me. Oh, the Kled one sucks, because the Kled one is that you throw tomatoes, and the tomatoes, of course, have, like, a pretty long travel time, but I'm a Drain champion, so I will just be standing still when I'm trying to DPS, so it's easier to land it onto me than other characters, so I'll be, like, targeted, probably. Why the tomatoes? Darn. Didn't really enjoy seeing that, but oh well. The Rise does have that Mind to Matter that everybody was complaining about. And we will see what we can do. So Tank It or Leave It, by the way, is that when you get damaged by an ability, it rolls your crit chance, and if it rolled your crit chance, then it reduces the damage by 25%. So getting to 100% crit chance is good. We don't have very many options for, like, getting high crit chance besides going Rite of Ruins, so we'll probably just go for that to make myself tanky and see how it goes. and my drain is just not really that strong. I got one of the plants, just draining again. At least we can drain Nidalee a little bit. These guys also don't have any, like, hard CC to stop my drain, so thankfully I can kinda get away with being able to hit them quite frequently. The Rise will, of course, be, like, a huge menace later on. But for now, this is, like, pretty simple and straightforward, because all we have to do is just drain them, because they aren't very strong just yet. But once Rise gets, like, 4,000, 5,000 HP, that's when it's going to get really hard to probably kill him. Unless, of course, we get something that really benefits us with the crit that we have so far. Because, like, his augment technically will be... his augment is, like, S+ tier. I think that mine is just okay, but we have to figure out a way of, like, making it way better than okay. In some way. Not sure how we're going to do that, but we have to figure out a method. I don't really want to use more rerolls. I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of these items. I guess I'll just go Everfrost because I think that it can be a decent combo where you fear them and then silence and Everfrost them so they can't move and they're stuck. And also Everfrost does good damage. Because Cruelty is nice, but it only is going to activate one time and your fear goes on that cooldown where it doesn't work for a bit afterwards. Okay, well, I almost killed her. I just flashed to follow her because otherwise I would probably not be able to get them, and we just win. Nice, well played. And now the next item round is going to be Rite of Ruin, so we'll have a much better crit chance, which also is going to be giving us, I guess, a shield. But we don't have, like, a spammable kit. We just have, like, an okay amount of abilities, because Rite of Ruin, of course, is, like, really insane if you had, like, crazy low CDs. Like, Yasuo, Yone are obviously, like, the best contenders for it, but at least we have, like, a decent amount. So we'll see how it goes. Oh my gosh. Oh! No. Okay, I think that we're just going to take the crit chance just to make it so we have like 100%, because Rite of Ruin also is whenever we use an ability, we get up to 20% crit, so we'll go up to 95. And then we'll have, just straight up, we take 20% less damage. So we're kind of tanky now, in a way. We just take 20% less. My teammate has Malignance and Divine. I mean, I guess that he has, like, kind of a unique build going on. I kind of like it. I have seen APGP do a lot before, so... Just Everfrost him so he's locked down. The drain cannot be stopped, so as soon as I started the drain, like, the wind wall doesn't stop it. And a very simple beginning to this fight. I mean, he'll probably come over here because there's no reason not to. And then he'll just die, and when he dies, then we'll just go for the plant afterwards. And this guy, I feel like, can't win either. We also have, like, a nice silence and fear effect that really ruined their, chances of ever being able to beat us. How much damage did your Malignance deal? 1,200? I mean, it wasn't just that round, though. I know that it was, it had a little bit more before then. Okay, give us, like, Jeweled Gauntlet. Okay. That's crazy. That's so crazy that I just randomly get Jeweled Gauntlet like that. Yo, you have... Oh, wait, no. I don't know what he has, but Anyways, we got Jewel Gauntlet, and we have Tank It or Leave It, so we are overcapped on crit. As you can see, my W does not crit, and my ultimate won't crit either, I believe. But what does crit, I believe, is my Q. And what's cool about that is that if we get super high AP, this hits for a percent current amount, and you can get the current amount so high that you kill people with only Q, but you need to get really high AP to do that, which is probably not going to happen. But yeah, there's like a interesting tech that you can do. Wow, I literally am not able to kill these guys. Hello? Okay, anyways, Jewel Gauntlet did how much... Whoa! Okay, wait, it did way more damage than I expected. You know what? Maybe it does work on something. Interesting. Because I feel like if it did really that much, unless that was only my Q damage... I swear that Crow Storm and my W both are considered damage over time effects, so it shouldn't be affecting those. I'm not sure. So we do want high AP usually, but going Death Cap only increases my AP by a little bit. If I go Storm Surge, I can increase my AP by, like, the same amount, but I'm also getting a bunch of Flat Pen, I guess. Which means that I could, of course, hit really, really hard versus people who are not very tanky besides HP. There's a lot of, like, squishy characters this game, so I feel like that's probably worth it. This is also going to give us, like, a huge, potential to, like, destroy the Rise, even if the Rise gets a ridiculous amount of HP, because since it does a percentage amount, if we get that value super high, we should be good to go. Wow, that felt not balanced. I see crits, so I guess that it does work that way. Yeah, I had a feeling she would go in, but I think that we still... Oh my goodness, that maybe has ruined the fight. I'll just try to use E to at least slow him down for my teammate. Okay, nice. Good fight, good fight. 6,000 damage on Jewel Gauntlet just that round. Holy crap, we did a lot. Oh, it would have been so funny if we got a critical strike damage, because that is a prismatic anvil that you could get. If we had that, that would make my Q, you know, if it's going to hit for 30%, imagine, like, basically doubling it. I think with Jewel Gauntlet, it's not truly doubled. You can see that it's 125 total, but if you buy, like, Infinity Edge, you can make it much higher. I'm not going to be doing that, though. It's probably better to have high AP. My GP's Jewel Gauntlet is barely doing any damage whatsoever. 600 damage last round. I did 10 times more. Damn. But I don't think that Jewel Gauntlet works on GP Ultimate. Works on his barrels, though, if he was full AD. I do know that. Damn it, dude. I mean, it's good that I was able to kill one, but I wonder if you can kill the other one. Your Qs are, I guess, dealing a lot. Ah. Oh, no. I'm wondering if he has his ultimate back. Yeah, I don't think GP can carry this. Oh, wait, I could be wrong. His ultimate came back up. I didn't even realize. The ultimate coming back up was like a huge thing for that fight. If he didn't have his R, there was no way, but thankfully it came back. Nice. Okay, so the next thing I should probably go is what? I guess no revives does feel probably pretty good with my type of pick. So we just like try to, of course, kill somebody right as the round starts, and after that, we're just good to go after we kill one. Big Brain is okay. Flash having that every single round is also pretty insane. I'm going to take that. So what is so nice about this is that every single time when a round starts, you can just use ultimate into flash. And if you didn't see, Fiddlestick's ultimate, if you use flash right at the end of it, for some reason it still fears them, even though you technically are then seen. And that allows me to get the Q Terrify for the bonus effect of the double damage one. So I'm just trying to make that easier for me to do. I never really understood the Fiddlesticks thing inside of Summoner's Rift, but now that I've played it in Arena, now I kind of get it. If you use your ultimate and you flash immediately, the fear goes off. Even though it feels like it technically shouldn't, because that's not how it's designed, because you're not... You technically are seen for like a tenth of a second, and then you flash. So, I'm unsure why it would fear them, but that's how it works. It's good to know. I don't even know if using my, like, tomato here to, like, try to help out with this is gonna work much. There's so many tomatoes dropping, holy crap. Okay, we're versus the Rise with a ridiculous amount of, HP. How much HP does he have? Where is he? 8,000? Oh. 7.5k? But my Q hits for 41% current, which is also not that bad of an amount. I got lethality and magic resist, definitely not what I wanted, but that's okay. The most important thing is getting on top of probably Rise somehow, but I don't think it's going to kill him because he also will have a massive Seraph shield. I think. We'll see. Maybe it will be enough. I'm not really sure. Holy crap, we did so much damage. Oh my gosh. This guy has Eureka, which causes her to have like a super... Oh yeah, I forgot that reses don't exist anymore. Oh no, I actually can't win this? Dang, dude, her healing is absurd. And she has anti-heal, so I probably would have been able to sustain myself a little bit. But my damage, honestly, isn't that crazy to her at all. She also has a Seraphs too, and that Seraphs is, was a decent amount. She has Adapt, doesn't she? Yeah, so she has, like, a crazy amount of AP from that, because that's, like, the best way to get super high AP with Adapt. We'll just take Fortune Shard, because probably... Other things that could be kind of goofy to find would be maybe being able to afford a Divine Sunder. Not Divine Sunder. Sword of the Divine makes it so your crits can crit. And also, it gives you a pretty ridiculous amount of adaptive. And it would overcap our crit pretty well. And we would have like a decent amount of AP where it would hit very hard then. But it would be kind of difficult to find it though, I bet. So I'm not really sure what I want to do. I guess we'll find out once we, like, win or lose these future rounds, because we're kind of getting at the end of the game, and once we beat, if we beat these guys, they will get kicked out, which is kind of a big deal. Oh my gosh, dude, the Viego damage is so absurd. All right, never ever go for Nami. We only can go for Viego. Holy crap, that did so much. Also, nobody got kicked out. Wow, the other team lost too. Whatever, we'll take Flashbang, why not? I mean, Flashbang's not that bad, just makes it so when we flash, we'll have, like, the, bonus damage. We got Tank It or Leave It on my teammate. Dude, if he just went Infinity Edge and stuff, he could be dealing so much damage. Oh my gosh, dude. That guy's damage is ridiculous. But we still were able to get him because my fear still went off. When I flash feared him the first time, it didn't really deal that much because, and also didn't fear him because I recently feared him. Okay, we're 1v1 versus these guys. I have one opportunity to find Sword of the Divine, which I felt like probably was not going to be happening because, I mean, I kind of spent all my rerolls previously on the thing previous, but that's okay. We will just buy our pot and just see if we can win regardless. I mean, I clearly deal enough to rise. He has a dap now? So, my Q kind of does a lot. Like, I am dealing so much with my Q. The Rise instantly lost most of his HP right at the beginning of the round, but the still issue is that after I do it, my damage afterwards is so bad. But it's so funny how, like, easy it is. He has, like, 3,000 AP, dude. Like, he is so absurdly fed. How much magic resist does he have? 78? Okay, I have 15. I could, like, buy, like, void... Oh, wait, I should just go Perplexity to make it so I have a percent value again. So, he has 15,000 HP, but, again, we have percent damage, which means that there's always a chance that we can win. Because we technically should never be able to win this. He should one-shot us in a single ability. Yeah, he one-shot us pretty quickly there. Even though I got off the fear to, like, damage him a little bit, there's just no way after, because if I can't kill him, then, there's no way that my teammate can. I did 10,000 HP, though. Good luck, man. If you somehow win this, I'd be surprised. Because the ultimate is just, like, only chunking him the smallest amount. And then he died to one singular E, and that's it. Jeez, dude, that is crazy. We'll just remove this, buy this, get Sword of the Divine, and just hope that for some reason it does enough. I'm gonna die immediately, but it was a nice try, honestly. Dude, if I could have, like, adapt like them, because Rise has 6,000 HP at the end, but if I was able to get something that, like, made my AP high, he would literally just die in one hit. Just Q. Doesn't matter how much HP you have. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.